thanks for checking out this video. My name is Abby and I am the owner of Eat, Work, Play, Balanced. I'm all about helping women find peace with food while staying fit and healthy. So getting out of that diet mindset and moving to a place of balance so that you can be present with your friends and family and live the life you want without that food stress. And finding balance with food is difficult, as I'm sure you've experienced. Otherwise you wouldn't be here watching this video, right? And so something I wanted to talk about today is how to make journaling really effective as you are on your path to eating intuitively. Or even now, if you're feeling like, well, I'm pretty much listening to my body, it's still a super important component to lifelong freedom with food. So the first thing I recommend is that you journal every day. It can be about a 5-minute process. Now, if every day doesn't sound realistic to you, then a couple times a week. The more consistent you can be with this, the sooner you'll start to see your behaviors, your actions, your thoughts start to change. You know, the less frequently you're doing it, the harder and longer it will take to see any type of positive change with your relationship to food. So first thing being frequency. Do it often. Next thing being how to set it up. One thing, always write a couple of successes or positive things you've experienced that day or the day before. These things can be related to food or not. And the importance of doing this is to acknowledge and recognize any tiny baby step you're making towards a positive life, the life that you want. When we do that, it sends a signal to our brain that we want that feeling again. And so we'll start to do more and more actions that create those positive feelings, that endorphin rush. By recognizing them, we're also focusing on the positive and shifting away from the negative. Our diet voice can be so overwhelming and critical and judgmental. And so by being purposeful and proactive and recognizing those successes, no matter how big or small they are, you will move much quicker towards peace with food. An example might be that you write down, I played with my daughter at the park today and we had so much fun. That's a success, right? You weren't stressed about food, you were living in the moment, you were having fun. Another success might be related to your job. During work today, I had the urge to snack on the M&Ms in front of me, but instead I got up and went and got fresh air because all I knew I needed was a simple break. Those things aren't enormous changes, but they're little things that you've done that will move you towards peace with food. Something else you'll want to write is your ideal relationship to food. Not perfect, just ideal. If you could look ahead 6 months from now, what would you want your relationship with food to look like? Write it in the present tense as if you've already achieved it, and write everything in the positive. So instead of saying, I don't binge anymore, say, I am binge free. Just flip it so that your mindset again starts to shift to focusing on the positive. So instead of saying, I don't overeat, it's I listen to my body, or I eat until I'm satisfied. Okay? So an example might be, I eat when I'm hungry, I pause when I've had enough most of the time, I enjoy all foods I crave, and I make sure to eat filling and foods that fuel me so I can function and have energy. Okay? So something like that. Whatever it is, be as specific as you can. Write it in the present tense, write it positively. And again, the more frequently you write it, the sooner your actions and behaviors and thoughts will start to change in that direction of your ideal relationship to food. And again, the more frequently you write it, the sooner your actions and behaviors and thoughts will start to change in that direction of your ideal relationship to food. The last thing I would do in your journaling is just give yourself a second to think, is there anything you need to reflect on, anything you want to write about, anything coming to mind that might be causing you anxiety or stress or worries. Write it down. Helps you to get it out there on paper, kind of let it go a little bit, eases your mind, gets rid of the confusion sometimes when we have 18 different thoughts firing around in our minds at once. And people often ask, when should I journal? It doesn't necessarily matter. The most powerful times I've seen through research and my own experience and client experience is first thing in the morning or right before bed. But sometimes I'll realize that I haven't journaled. I still journal every day. And it's noon, so I'll just bust out my journal and write it down. But I do feel like when I do it in the morning or at night, it's laying the foundation for an awesome day. and it's putting me to a peaceful rest. So there you have it. If you want more help and guidance, that's what I'm here for. Send me an email or sign up for my free weekly emails to get my 3-day Be Binge Free challenge. I'll link it right here. And reach out to me if you're wanting more specific guidance, and we can set up a free chat where I can share strategies and ideas for you right then and there. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure to share this video if you found it useful. Have a great day. Bye.